Day 3 of the Cheltenham Festival, another massive day.
Today is when Cheltenham really starts, because you've got the Ryanair, really good betting races with lots of horses.
And tomorrow is the climax of the Cheltenham Festival, and it's the Gold Cup, the biggest race of the week.
Speed, the adrenaline. You know, it's a big week for trainers to try and get all their big guns in their yards to win the races.
With millions of pounds of prize money at stake, big races, and another really important day in the race to be champion trainer.
The Trainers' Championship is won by the trainer who collects the most prize money over the course of the season.
You can have trainers that might be leading the championship all the way through the season. If you don't have a good Cheltenham, you're not going to win the championship because there's so much prize money on offer over those 4 days.
Come on, Ginny! Come on, Tommy! Come on, Tommy!
Paul Nicholls is 14 times champion trainer and he currently heads the leaderboard with £2.2 million in prize money.
48 Cheltenham Festival winners, but a blank so far this week, and it will be hurting.
OK, good to go with Paul. Paul, the first thing I want to ask you about your runners so far at the meeting. Would it be fair to say they're excuses for some of the performances?
It's not all that easy. Up until Monday, the horses have been flying. It just didn't happen yesterday, so you just put a line through it and move forward.
Fingers crossed for a better day today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Paul is going head-to-head with his former assistant, Dan Skelton.
He spent 9 years working for me as assistant trainer. But I'm proud of the fact of what he's done, and he was always going to end up being a thorn in my side as he got being more and more successful.
It's added an incredible narrative to this jump season, the Master versus Apprentice.
Unexpected Party wins the Johnny Henderson Grand Annual.
Yesterday, Dan Skelton had 2 wins, and he's now £200,000 behind Paul Nicholls.
If Dan Skelton continues like this, he could seriously nab the top spot.
It's no secret I want to be champion trainer one day.
Dan is such an extremely competitive person. It runs in his veins.
With only 6 weeks left in the jump season, every race counts.
Ginny's destiny is all out, but Grey Dawning will continue. The great week for the Skeltons.
Grey Dawning's win is massive for Dan, but it cuts that leader's difference by 100 grand. It cuts it in half.
Well done.
Didn't feel like a hug. Felt like I was getting strangled.
Up until Monday, like we've had winner after winner after winner after winner flying. Of course you want to win the Trainers' Championship game. We won it last season, and you want to defend your title. Try and come right round here, good 3/4 speed, alternate sides. If we can manage to pull it off this year, so let them run on. That would be 15, which would equal Martin Pipe's record of 15 championships, so that would be a nice thing to do to equal that. Been here 32 years now.
Is that long? How long?
No, it'll be 32 years this October. I was desperate to find someone to train, and there was this advert in the Racing Post advertising the yard here. And I think when we first started, I'd only had 20 boxes here and had 8 horses. It's all evolved over the time. And
it's pretty incredible that you've grown it from 8 to now 150.
Yeah. None of my family were involved in racing at all. My grandfather and my dad were in the police force. I think one day, Grandad bought me some riding lessons. Got hooked on riding ponies and going fast, and in that time I was quite tall. I struggled with my weight, which made life hard for me, and I became hooked on training. What are we going to have?
Oh, I'm hungry.
You are?
Yeah, I haven't eaten
Yeah, whatever you want. Have a look. And we'll
Dad's getting impatient.
I've got some work to do when we get home. It's all lot for you lot. Got the rest of the day off doing nothing, having your hair done.
Doing your hair again done.
It is actually quite bad.
Yeah,
you do look like Sonic.
Like who?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Megan. I certainly miss out on the girls growing up a lot, in the fact that you don't have that much time. Any sportsman who's got to the top of the game by sheer graft and determination, you do make sacrifices. It's been tough, and if I had one regret at all, perhaps I spent more time with you when you were younger, but it's nearly impossible to do that because yeah, exactly. But also, I had to be driven to run.
No, I think that's unfair because, in fairness, we were always wanting to be out on the ponies and stuff too. And we
any spare time we were together. In fairness.
Exactly.
Like I don't think there could have been much more time of what was available.
Dad is a very successful man for the sacrifices he's had to make, but as a whole family, we've always supported each other. It's a life. It's an obsession.
Definitely brought us all closer. You would share a massive interest in something, but obviously, there were days we'd see you less.
Yeah, because it's a 24/7 job as you're learning yourself, But
I think it's definitely made us all more independent.
Next thing it will be trying to get the championship.
And we'll do it.
Yeah.
Winning's an addiction. That's why you work hard and everyone puts so much effort into what we do here. You want to be winning, and especially all the big ones.
So this is one of the big field handicaps over hurdles, the Pertemps final.
The next race is the Pertemps, over 100 grand in prize money and over 50 grand to the winner.
Paul's whole team will be feeling the pressure, but it's time for cool heads because otherwise his hopes of retaining the Trainers' Championship will be in tatters.
Let's start with number 14, shall we? Mon Mira.
Paul's horse in this race, Mon Morale, will be ridden by his lead jockey, Harry Cobden.
Paul took me on when I was 16. I'm 25 now. Lasted probably a lot longer than most would have thought.
Dad sees Harry almost like a bit of a son. They have an amazing bond. Their professional relationship works so well because they're both competitive. They both want to win.
Paul's hunger for winners and winning has definitely rubbed off on me.
Alongside the Trainers' Championship, the jockeys also compete to ride the most winners in the season to be crowned champion jockey.
I'm currently in the front of Sean Byrne, my closest rival in the Jockeys Championship. But if I have a bad run, it could all change quickly. Just been having physio because I've got a bad neck. I just had 3 falls in the last week and it's catching up on me. I rode a horse at Wincanton the week before, fell off. Thought I was fine, and then the horse galloped all over me. It stood on my knee. Consequently, I had a fair bit of swelling around my knee.
You can't explain to normal people, us mere mortals, what jump jockeys put themselves through to win a championship. It's sucking up injury, it's riding when you hurt, it's riding when you wouldn't necessarily want to ride. It's tough.
Cheltenham is the most important 4 days for us jockeys. And it's sod's law, my body's taken a few hits in the last few days.
Up against Paul and Harry are the Skeltons. Former champion jockey Harry is the main rider for his trainer brother Dan.
Cobden's not champion yet, is he? If he looks up on that trophy at the end of April, he'll see my name on there, so we'll see if he can get on it.
Spot your colours. Who do you fancy here? There's Harry Skelton, the well-fancied Luminos.
Go a little bit wider. I think then you've got an option if you can go in and around.
Yeah, we're hopeful going into this race.
It was all about winning. No one remembers second.
Luminos is a remarkable horse, to be quite honest. We only got him last year. He won his first 2 starts for us. We've got a winner on our hands as long as nothing bad goes wrong.
A huge field for the Pertemps Network final.
So many quality horses. It's so hard to win this race.
Very good. You all right, Harry?
I'd sort of leave it to you a little bit, really, Harry.
No, I'm not leaving it to you. Just win. Just win.
He ran all right the other day and just blew up, I think, jumping the second last. So he's got a chance, definitely. It's whether he's still got it there or not, we'll know.
Mon Morale's owned by Jed Mason, who's the yard sponsor, Sir Alex Ferguson, and John Hales, who has had horses with Paul for years. He's 25-1 for a reason. He's been a bit out of form.
Nervous. We're nervous. We've had 2 disappointing days. Could do with one of them running well.
I can't remember a trainer's title like this. If Dan Skelton wins this race, he'll be 50 grand closer to Paul Nicholls. There's huge pressure on getting results at the Cheltenham Festival.
Look at them already. These races are so competitive and people already locking in their positions.
They're off and racing, and they've got away actually to a reasonable start.
Here we go.
With Montmoral towards the back of the pack.
We are the underdog in this race, so we're just trying to box a little bit clever today and try something different.
He was further behind than I probably liked. He was definitely well behind. That wasn't the plan.
Harry's the only one who could probably tell you the change of tactics.
I'm pretty aware that I'm a long way behind, but you just got to be cool about it and just let it unfold in front of you.
So now this long run to the second last in the Pertemps final.
We're all feeling the pressure, you know. You sure as hell don't want to walk out of there without a winner. It's a demoralising week when that happens.
Lamilos is creeping into it.
This is our first year that we've really had a fighting chance to win a championship. But here we go. Race is on.
The journey down towards the second last.
They're going fast.
Also, Lamilos picking the way through the field.
The joy of winning is huge, but the pain of losing is massive.
They're around the home bend.
We all just want to beat each other.
Montmoral, who's making some ground as they take the next flight of hurdles.
Well, Harry's got him a nice rhythm. Starting to think, oh, we might have a chance here. Go on, Ha!
Go on, go on! Montmoral trying to cut through the field in the yellow colours.
Passing a few more.
Come on, Ha! Come on, switch it!
You know, things change at the start, and that's why you employ a top-class jockey like Harry. Plan A's not working, you have to go to Plan B.
At the top of the hill, Lamilos struggles a little.
And Lamilos in the orange cap towards the back of the pack.
Just didn't have the speed of them at the end.
Lamilos is fading. Could this be the end of the Skelton's winning streak?
Down towards the last, Montmoral in the yellow colours coming through the challenge.
Starting to really think this is the only one I'm getting to shout for so far this week. This is a different feeling.
I'm coming down to the last. And my foot's just come out the stirrup. I'm holding on for dear life. I could lose the race.
And pop over, down towards the last. Moran in the yellow colours coming through the challenge.
Harry Cobden's made his move on Montmoral. He's coming up to the final fence in second. He loses his stirrup over that last fence.
I've got the winning line in sight. You need to keep your feet in the stirrups to ultimately stay balanced. Your heart is absolutely racing. I can hear them coming behind me. So it's a bit of a panic to get it back in as quickly as possible.
Second Montmoral, Harry Cobden, but Paul Nicholls as they drive up the hill. Montmoral's got to within a nick, and he's now moving through, and Montmoral on the run to the line will win the Pertemps.
When they win when they're not supposed to win, it's an added bonus.
Harry, there's just this look of sort of palpable relief, really, on your face.
I can't believe this horse had just won that. I actually tipped the box this morning and they said, what do you think the chance is? I said, well, he's 25 to 1. I thought he should be 125, so it just goes to show what I know.
Paul's win extends his lead over Dan in the Trainers' Championship.
And it suddenly, out of nowhere, came Montmoral and the festival winner he so dearly wanted.
Of course, it's a relief. You have a win at Cheltenham, was fantastic. I always say, one win at the festival, you've done well, and anything on top of that is a bonus.
That's one of the funny things in racing, you know, if you win a football match, you can celebrate after for a good while, but Montmoral won. You celebrate for 5 minutes, then you get the saddle off Harry and you want to put the saddle on the next one.
Right, boys. Well done. Cheers.
This win puts me 12 winners clear of Sean in the Jockeys Championship. It's not over yet though, is it? Because you're only one fall away.
If your own stable jockey ended up being champion jockeying, we won the Trainers' Championship. If we could ever pull off the double, that would be absolutely fantastic, but that's what dreams are made of.
And it's the next race, and you've got to get back down to business, concentrate. You know, it's a huge race, the Ryanair Chase. It's worth an awful lot of money.
One of the big races of the day is the Ryanair Chase. Total prize fund, 388,000. The winner gets 218,000.
When it comes to big races, Paul trains them like to the minute. I worked for him for all those years. I know exactly how he's thinking.
I know how competitive Dan is and what he'll be thinking, so he's a big threat.
I know it's going to be very, very hard to beat Paul in a championship. Like, he's won it 14 times, and I know he's not going to give it up easily. You know, he knows that my ambition is to ultimately beat him in it. When we set up the training yard and the business, not long afterwards, Harry, my brother, joined me. Tucker Kerr can probably do the warm-up tomorrow or something.
And Harry Skelton was riding for Paul Nicholls when Dan was there. Dan and him set up together. He ended up champion jockey.
Today, we celebrate the first champion jump jockey title for Harry Skelton.
Once he had the confidence of his brother and he delivered on the big stage.
Me and Dan have been around horses since we were kids. Yeah, we work well together. He's hardworking, driven, forward. That was installed in us from a very young age.
My father's was a show jumper, retired now. Won 2 Olympic gold medals. My dad has been a massive bearing on me and Harry in our careers. Yeah, he'll get him. Mum and Dad got divorced when Harry was basically a baby, and you know, I was there more than Dad was at the start, and I was there more than Mum was through our teenage years. We just know how each other's thinking.
I think probably the relationship they started forming as little boys probably hasn't changed all that much.
Do some jumping then, Harry.
They've lent on each other and relied on each other for 30-odd years.
Dan was a very good rider himself, show jumping.
With which one? Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's confident, he's in your face. There's a very charming, gentle side to Harry. They're just the ultimate competitors.
The Skeltons have their #1 horse, Protectorat, running in the Ryanair Chase.
His action is a nice, pretty easy going character, I am. And out in the gallops, he's a bit more of a handful. He can be quite headstrong, and you've got to have plenty of patience to ride him. What makes him good is his fight, his heart. He's a little bit stupid, or like myself, to be honest. I haven't got a great brain, but he can fight all right.
Protectorat's been an amazing horse for us. He's been our standard bearer for nearly 3 years now. At the start of the season, we were aiming Protectorat down the Gold Cup route, but he underperformed massively the first start of the year. Or, you know, we're not a Gold Cup horse. Our numbers are not what you need to be going into a Gold Cup. It is a waste of time running in that race. You need to think outside the box.
Dan's decision to run Protectorat in the Ryanair could be genius. He could regret it. Either way, this race is potentially a turning point in the race to be champion trainer.
Standing in the Skelton's way is their old boss, Paul Nicholls, once again.
This is who you want to see. This is Stage Star. Of course, won at the festival last year.
Stage Star won the Turners the year before.
Stage Star wins the Turners, and you can see what it means to Harry Cobden and to Paul Nicholls.
The cheer that Stage Star got when he won last, it puts your hairs up on your arm. Been trained for this race specifically. Stage Star is one of our big fancies for the week.
Harry Cobden will be riding Stage Star, be the Skeltons, in a race which could be very valuable towards the Trainers' Championship.
Let's see what happens in the Ryanair, Richard.
So the field breakaway for the Ryanair Chase, our feature chase of the day. Stage Star hustled up on the inside in a handy position. Good boy. Protectorate towards the outside as they rise at the first.
I think being a jockey, you can't be scared of who you're taking on. If you are, you'll fall short.
When you watch the people you love invest so much of themselves, it's an extraordinary feeling.
Protectorate is third, Banbridge is fourth.
It is a mixture of nerves and excitement and sometimes gut-wrenching fear. I know the pressure that Dan and Harry are under.
And out in the lead, Stage Star has the advantage by just over a length from Ahoy Senior and Protectorate in third place.
Come on, Harry!
He's going well.
Come on, Harry!
Harry's in the lead. This is how Stage Star likes to be ridden.
In front, the other horses leave you alone. You can set your own speed, make your own rhythm. Any jockey can follow the rest of them round.
They climb to 5 from the finish at the top of the hill. Stage Star and Ahoy Senior. Protectorate noses between them.
Paul is happy for Harry to be in front, but I'm just saving a little bit of energy. Like being on a bike, if you're in behind, sat 5th or 6th, you're not working as hard as the man in front. I'm in control.
You know, when Harry's riding them out there, you need the gaps to come at the right time, you need your opposition to falter. There is an element of trust between jockey and trainer. To have that brotherly relationship, and a good brotherly relationship, just means that we can afford to be brave.
It's a great feeling when you turn in at Cheltenham and they accelerate away off the bend and they're attacking down to the second last.
Harry Cobden asks Stage Star, but out towards the second last.
Go on, come in!
I'm very aware of how fast we'd gone earlier. Got over the second last, good jump, landed well. I'm swamped by the horses.
Protectorate splits the difference as they head down towards the last.
The stamina really kicked in.
Protectorate in yellow.
He wasn't going down without a fight.
Who now is being strongly ridden. Protectorate it's a linked in hand. In second place, then back in third, Capadano and completed, but a rather on the board for Harry and Dan Skelton, and one of the big ones. Protectorate on the Ryanair, turned away in Boiling. Fantastic! Capadano in fourth, Stage Star back in fifth.
This gamble by the Skeltons could pay off. 218 grand suddenly changes everything. All of a sudden, Dan Skelton's in pole position.
The Jumps Trainers' Championship is rarely this close. So this is the first time that Dan's been in real contention for the championship.
I've heard that you've just passed Paul in the Trainer Championships.
If I am ahead of Paul, I've just poked the bear. He's a phenomenal competitor. He's the hardest man to beat. Tomorrow, you know, he's running in the Gold Cup. I haven't got to run in the Gold Cup, so there's a lot of water to go under that bridge yet.
Welcome back to Cheltenham. It's day 4. It's the big one, the Cheltenham Gold Cup.
The Gold Cup is the pinnacle of jumps racing. It's the race that everyone wants to win.
It's a meeting that attracts a lot of celebrities. So last year I nearly fainted because I passed Idris Elba. Sarah Tindall very much involved, Mike Tindall.
There's a lot of hope. There's a lot of dreams to try and grab. Everyone wants to, have a winner at Cheltenham. And Gold Cup's obviously the biggest.
Morning, JJ. Good morning. Cheltenham's the Olympics, really. This is where all the best horses come here. And the Gold Cup is the biggest race of the week.
Here we go.
Run over 3 miles, 22 fences to be jumped. There's the famous Cheltenham Hill at the end. It's tough, it's grueling. The very best jumps horses line up for the Gold Cup.
The Gold Cup will have a huge say in who will be champion trainer in Great Britain. It's worth £352,000 to the winner. It is a huge prize.
If Paul Nicholls can win the Cheltenham Gold Cup, he'll move back in front of Dan Skelton to the top of the Trainers' Championship.
I need a result to put that Skelton back in his box. Long way to go.
The Gold Cup is the race that I want to win more than any other. If Paul Nicholls said to me tomorrow, Bravemansgame's running in the Gold Cup, you ride him for free, or Darryl rides him and gets paid, I'd ride him for free. It's such a big event, I wouldn't miss that for the world.
You want to jump in the back with them?
Your son was born on Gold Cup Day,
Yeah.
is that right?
18th of March, yeah, 2 years ago, yeah.
Do you want to come out? Come on then. 1, 2, 3.
Well, the Cheltenham Gold Cup is an amazing race. It changed my life in a lot of ways. And everybody, I suppose, aspires in racing to buy or own or ride a Gold Cup winner.
It's Seymour Business. Seymour Business is the winner.
Paul Nicholls has won 4 Gold Cups. He's an amazing man for targeting a big race. He's not interested in seconds. He's all about the winners.
The first horse to regain the Gold Cup, Quarto Star, canters home.
Who's that? Could see him being your stable jockey in about 10, 15 years' time.
Will I still be going there? Gee, I hope so.
That's Freddie. Right. Go on, is that 2? OK. Go on, Harry.
Paul Nicholls and Harry Cobden's hopes rest on his #1 horse, Bravemansgame.
This is Bravemansgame. He's our leading hope for the Gold Cup. He's had a little bit of an up and down season, but he's fresh and we're really hopeful of a big run.
Bravemansgame, he's super consistent. He's a real live contender for the Gold Cup.
Bravemansgame.
Staying towards the winner at the moment.
In his last race, Bravemansgame narrowly missed out on winning the King George VI Chase in dramatic fashion.
2 out in the King George. Shishkin still leads. Oh, blunders and unseats the rider.
Bravemansgame's nearly tripped over. I'm nearly fallen off the front of him, lost all my momentum. But that horse can do things that other horses can't do. He's a fantastic jumper, one of the best horses I've ever ridden.
Harry is desperate to win a Gold Cup, and he'll be giving it everything he's got.
Standing in Paul's way of winning the Gold Cup and retaking the lead in the Trainers' Championship is the Irish powerhouse, Willie Mullins.
I love jump racing. Racing has been my life. I've always been competitive. And the best race in Cheltenham is the Gold Cup. It is just the most important race. Yeah, the 2 of them come up together. That'll do me now. The Gold Cup has been an intriguing race. We'd been second in 6 of them. I thought I was just destined to be the nearly man of the Gold Cup, and I'd resigned myself never to winning it.
The Gold Cup has always been Willie Mullins' obsession. It took him 20 years to win his first Cheltenham Gold Cup. But after that, the floodgates opened.
Album Photo wins the Magnus Cheltenham Gold Cup.
Willie won the Gold Cup in 2019 and 2020.
Album Photo, back-to-back Gold Cups.
And then again for the 3rd time in 2023 with Galopin Des Champs.
It's Galopin Des Champs who gallops to glory in the Gold Cup.
This is the Irish yard, so there's all Henry's and Bromhead's horses, Paul Nolan's, and then we're up the top. So this is Galopin Des Champs. Adam Connolly's favourite horse, Galopin Des Champs, is pride and joy, isn't it, Adam? Ruth, do you have any superstitions? Nothing? Special knickers? Leader. Huh? What's yours?
Don't plait his tail.
Don't plait his tail.
Because I've never done it, so I still refuse to do it.
Yeah, so they don't plait their tails because they've never won with a plaited tail.
Are the nerves setting in?
I feel sick to my stomach. You?
See, you should come with me and have bottles of red wine and whiskey, and then you wouldn't be sick in the tummy.
So far this week, Willie Mullins has won 8 of the 23 races.
And another Willie Mullins.
With Paul Nicholls winning just 1. Willie Mullins has won over £1 million in prize money, the massive Cheltenham week. He's jumped from 36th to 5th in the British Championship. If Willie wins the Gold Cup, he would end up in 3rd position, just behind Paul Nicholls and Dan Skelton.
Winning the British Championship, 70 years since an Irish trainer did it.
Oh, and good luck to you too.
It's one of those rare things in sport that very few people ever achieve, and we'd love to achieve it.
5 minutes, jockeys.
Manic today, but got to concentrate on the racing now.
Everyone will be much more nervous when they're in here getting ready and going to go out, but once you're out there, you need to really get your brain into gear and focus.
Jockeys out, please.
I'll quick up for but at the same time, I don't want to start when you're inside.
Yeah, I want to be fucked down the internet, so
yeah.
Jumps there.
Man, that's fine.
It's going to happen. It's the final Grade 1 of the week, is the Gold Cup. Who will lift racing's most coveted jumping prize?
Myself and Paul have discussed tactics.
Yeah, I guess
and
that. I hope so, anyway.
He felt that maybe if he was too far back early on, that he might balloon his fences like he did here before.
The weather as
well.
Yeah. No, listen.
No, which Paul has it all in his head, so yeah.
Let's get him in a rhythm like we got.
You need luck then after that.
Here's the great monkfish, Willie Mullins' other runner. We haven't seen him run over fences since 2021.
So the Gold Cup is such an important race to Willie Mullins that in addition to his superstar Galopin Des Champs, he's got a second horse in the race, Monkfish, ridden by his son Patrick.
In the first defence, we jump out, hopefully get those quickly and get a posse, and if it's slow, we'll just go to plan B.
Yeah. Which is bring him home safe.
Yeah.
From a jockey's point of view, if you come in, you know, Willie, you might get a bollocking, but it's gone in 10 minutes or it's gone in 5 minutes. You know, it's gone the next time you see him. It doesn't carry over to the next day. But he has an annoying habit of being right.
We always thought he was a Gold Cup horse, so here's his chance.
Take our chance, yeah.
You've been telling me you're a Gold Cup jockey all these years, so here's your chance.
If you make the wrong decision in a split second, and that's the difference between winning and losing, you can't be too hot-headed. You have to be cold and clinical while you're riding the race.
So next out is Harry Cobden, who'll be riding Bravemansgame for the current trainers champion, Paul Nicholls.
You know well enough to know what to do. In that case, you can do it. You'll either fucking stay or he won't. If you're at the back door, you've got to make ground up. And he likes that bit of live ground here, you know. So you know what you think. But he's going to get on next time round, all right? You know what you do. Good luck. We win the Gold Cup today. 350,000 is going to put us back on top of the table.
Paul Nicholls, he knows how to win the Gold Cup. He's won plenty of them. And you've always got to fear someone like that.
Welcome back to Cheltenham. It's the Gold Cup.
Here's the parade then. This is brilliant in front of the grandstands in the sunshine. Fast or slow was second in the Ultimate 12 months ago, JJ Slevin. Next up is Jerry Colomb, who started the season with a huge reputation.
This Gold Cup is going to be a clash between racing's titans.
You're looking at the best of the best, whether it's the horses and, in this case, the jockeys.
A bit concerned about the ground, but it's all down to Harry now, isn't it? Let's see how we go.
It's pretty intense before the Gold Cup. Everyone wants to win so badly.
Paul Nicholls can win a Gold Cup. He'll be back at the top. He'll have a huge advantage in the race to be champion trainer.
I'm going to the 3rd floor, yeah. Do you want to come up? Where we watched it last time? Thank you.
If Willie wins the Gold Cup, he will have come from nowhere to sit 3rd in the British Trainers' Championship, just behind Paul Nicholls and Dan Skelton.
Of course they're scary rivals. When any of those top trainers have a good runner in a race, you know those horses are going to appear on the track ready to run for their lives.
Right then, good.
I line up there, Sonny.
For me, jumps racing, it's a puzzle and it's a high adrenaline one.
Keep tight now. Get on the rail, Sam. Keep tight now. Keep tight.
It's just that extra element of the unknown, extra element of what could happen. But when you do it right, that is the biggest buzz.
Keep going, lads. Keep going.
Better be too late, too early.
Yeah.
There's huge pressure on the jockeys as they're heading out to the Gold Cup because this is the race that really matters.
Forward then. No. Jump well enough out the slot in.
It's always a worry for all the jockeys, but especially, I suppose, when my son is riding. You've got to expect the unexpected and hope that the gods are smiling on you. It's a dangerous sport.
So away we head. 3¼ miles, the 100th year. Gentleman's Game Monkfish in a scurry for the lead, so it'll be about 6 or 7 deep at the first of the 22. And Monkfish towards the outside as they approach the second.
We're slightly further back than I want to be, but he was just at the edge of his comfort zone. When a horse is just at the edge of the comfort zone, they just get jumps wrong.
How's Monkey? Is he okay? I worry about him.
Very good horse, two-time Cheltenham winner. Very bad injury. We've taken our time in getting him back.
Don't know why I like this game. I can't even watch it.
And Monkfish towards the outside, playing fence before the first of the water jumps.
I'm trying to hunt around, get back into the rhythm, get his confidence back.
Aim as they've now settled into a rhythm. Begin the descent towards the one fence that's taken on this side of the racecourse. Grey Gentleman's Game is on their outer with Bravemansgame. They all stepped over that.
The horse isn't comfortable, everything seems an effort. I'm having to ask Bravemansgame for more than I should at such an early stage of the race.
He's launching it a bit.
Well, no, he's not. He's not getting the last sight, is he? They're all jumping across him.
And again, the standard jumping good. Bravemansgame just making a little bit of ground on the outside as the pace slackens. Harry Cobden taking the opportunity to move Paul Nicholls' horse a little bit closer.
That's better.
Wouldn't look very nice, Harry. Go on.
A bit happier now, a bit lighter. But you've got a long way wide to go around here, so proper.
With the circuit to go, make a little bit of a move, get a bit more competitive. I think it's probably desperation more than anything.
Galopin Des Champs, Bravemansgame is in 4th place.
You can see other people manoeuvring. Fast or slow is getting into a position and then loses his jockey.
And we lost amongst horses there. Horse didn't leave his feet, but his rider's come out of the plate, JJ Slevin.
Yeah.
It's bubbling up as they race towards the 5th last. Then behind those we have Monkfish.
Oh, fuck, we're that far back.
Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get back into the race. So I pulled him up. So that's disappointing.
Galopin Des Champs with a loose horse amongst runners on his inside.
Fast or Slow has unseated his jockey JJ Slevin, and now the loose horse becomes a danger to all the other jockeys.
That's always a worry. When you put a loose horse into the mix, they can do anything. Of course, you don't know whether he's going to jump left or right. You don't know whether he's going to fall. It can be very frustrating when a loose horse undoes all the preparation you have going to win a race.
See Paul Townend keeping an eye on that loose horse as they run down towards the 3rd last.
There's a lot of pressure.
Still the loose horse, just getting in each other's way.
Does Paul go on the inside of him or the outside of him?
Then in 4th is Bravemansgame as they turn for home in the Gold Cup. Bravemansgame just a little detached now.
I knew I wasn't going to win a Gold Cup.
Tries now to press for home. Galopin Des Champs travelling strongly.
St. Paul makes up his mind that he cannot go his inside. He thinks the best way is to go up his outside and maybe keep him racing.
As Galopin Des Champs now draws to the lead.
Yes.
Does Jerry Colomb and Ron Presley give way down towards the last?
Makes that decisive move, and I'm thinking nothing to do, only jump the last. Just jump it, just land running. Before, 2 years ago in Cheltenham, the horse met the last perfectly, landed perfectly, and still fell.
But down towards the final fence, Galopin Des Champs is away and clear, and he's over safely. No, he's not. He knuckles on landing, and he is down. Galopin Des Champs is down at the last.
So, you know, that's going through your mind as they're jumping.
Leads Jerry Colomb, a good jump as well. It's Galopin Des Champs, 3 lengths clear. Jerry Colomb, Correct Rambler is now tired, but Galopin Des Champs will round up a great week for Willie Mullins and Paul Nicholls and land the biggest prize of all again.
No,
probably done well to finish 5th.
He did on that grade.
Out the whole way.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. He's a superstar. That's what he is. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sorry. Oh.
Sorry, I've stood on the girth.
That's all right, mate. I know the feeling, Harry.
I'm fucking frustrated. Yeah. As long as we're ready to go again.
So Willie Mullins has won his 4th Cheltenham Gold Cup, and with it, he's won £350,000.
Well, Willie Mullins has gone from 36th in the table to 3rd. He's won over £1.5 million in prize money.
So leaving Cheltenham, he's now breathing down the necks of Dan and Paul. Dan Skelton leads the Trainers' Championship over Paul Nicholls. This is the first time that Dan's been in real contention for the championship.
Being ahead of Paul, that's pretty uncharted territory for us. But there's no way you would count Paul out of this. He's more dangerous when he's chasing you.
Oh yeah, so the next 6 weeks is quite big really till Sandown, because I had a good lead in the Trainers' Championship, and I'm I don't know, £5,000 or £6,000 behind. He'll be trying his best because I know Dan, and I'll be doing my best, so it'll be good fun the next 6 weeks. I want to win the Trainers' Championship. I said to Dan, you won the battle, we haven't won the war.
But looming large is Willie Mullins now. He's in with a huge chance, and the Grand National's going to be absolutely decisive with 500 grand to the winner.